We're in Ephesians chapter 5. It took me 2 days to get through verse 1, and I could still go into it again. But it says, therefore, be imitators of God as dear children. We already read that where it says, in the Amplified, that actually says, copy him and follow his example. Act like God. Act like God. Act like God acts. The kingdom runs like God acts. And if you want to be in line with the kingdom, you need to get in line with God. And do you know what? That even comes down to if there are men of God that literally are imitating God, you can literally see that kind of an example of faith in their life. You can see that kind of an example of love in that life. Guess what? Paul said, imitate me as I imitate God. If I'm imitating God, you know what? You can imitate someone as long as they're imitating God. Now, if they're imitating the devil, you don't want to imitate that. But and that's part of your spiritual growth. You and I need people in our lives that can imitate God to us. And we can literally see a witness and an example. Now it says, therefore, be imitators of God as dear children, and walk in love at verse 2, as Christ. Now you're getting to see how God acts. He's starting to say, he says, imitate God, and then he starts giving you an example of how God acts. And walk in love as Christ has loved us and gave himself for us an offering and a sacrifice to God for a sweet smelling aroma. Now, do you know what? The love of God is free. It's without cost. And do you know what? When you're walking in love towards somebody, you don't put any standards on them. You don't think that they should be doing or acting towards you in a right way. But that's what it says right here. It says that we need to walk as Christ also walked and gave himself as a sacrifice for us. You know what? When you walk in love, you're not looking at what people are doing or not doing for you. You will literally be a sacrifice for them. You won't look at how they're not doing things for you, to you, doing what you think they should do, but you will literally offer yourself up and you will want to be a blessing to them sacrificially. Sacrificially.